Hi there everyone, it's Amanda here from Calmer Thoughts again with my Calmer Thought of the Day. So just for those of you who are not aware of who I am and what I do, I'm a solution-focused hypnotherapist and a mindset coach, and I've decided to come on every day during lockdown, the second lockdown, to give you some hints and tips and strategies to help you cope a little bit better with this second lockdown. So the one thing I'm going to talk about today, I'm going to talk about a few things actually, and it's related to something I saw on TV last night. So I don't know who's watching. I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. It is my guilty pleasure this time of year, and I really look forward to watching it. It just makes me laugh out loud, and it's a time when I sit down with my son. My younger son is back from uni. He's working at home now, so it's our time every year to sit down for an hour and a half and watch something together and have a good laugh together with something on the TV. So it's just nice that it's that connectivity with somebody and a sharing time. And we really missed it when he was at university. I used to text him and go, "It's not the same without you here watching it with me." Anyway, last night, if you saw it, there was the trial with Jordan and oh God, what's his name from EastEnders? Shane, and they had to be in the pits with snakes and unlock the keys and get the stars out. And it came to me that there were loads of strategies that Jordan employed in that to get through, because he was terrified. He was absolutely terrified. He was having panic attacks, anxiety attacks. He really couldn't bear the thought of doing it, and he was so brave for doing it. But the things that got him through were breathing. You heard Anton Deck all the time. Well, Anton Deck, I never know which one it is, so Deck was always saying, "Breathe, Jordan, breathe." And we think that's such a normal thing to do. We breathe naturally, but when we panic, we breathe a lot more rapidly and shallowly within our lungs, and it's almost like a panting breathing. And sometimes when we're really panicked, we almost hold our breath. So him being told to breathe was a really important thing to calm him down, also to focus his mind on his breath a little bit more. And I will go into some breathing techniques later on this week. It's on my list of things to talk about. So breathing was a really important thing for him to do, just to calm his nerves, steady himself, and get that oxygen go around his body. And there's one of the things I say about breathing is when you breathe in slowly and calmly and deeply, you send a message to your brain that you are relaxed. You can't breathe calmly and slowly and deeply and be stressed at the same time. It's impossible. So breathing is mega important. The other things that he did was, you heard him saying happy place, happy place, happy place. And his happy place, I think, was where his football team play, their grounds. And so he was trying to take himself back to a happy place, somewhere where he felt safe, comfortable, where he had fun, where he enjoyed himself. And that's a really good technique, to sometimes take yourself back to an anchor or a trigger that reminds you of something that makes you feel safe, happy and comfortable. So he was constantly trying to remind himself to take him out of that coffin and put him into his happy place. He was also focused on the task. When he was really focused and calling out the numbers on the locks, and do forgive me if you didn't watch this, but that it was so apt what I'm talking about. So for those who watched it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. For those who didn't watch it, this is probably all a bit gobbledygooky, but the principles are there. He was focused on the task in hand. So and you noticed when he was really focused on those numbers, he was so much calmer. There were snakes all around him and he didn't notice them because he was focused. And those two things, the happy place and the focus, were distractions. He was distracting himself from his fear. And I'd really recommend that moving forward to people, that when we're distracted doing something completely different, there is no room in our head for whatever it is we are fearing or we are worrying about or we are stressed about. So it worked really well for him. He got constant reassurance as well from Anton Deck and from Shane, really cheering him on, really trying to focusing on what he was doing. So that connectivity with people, that he wasn't on his own, that he had people supporting him, shouting out for him. So that was really important. That goes back to what I talked about the other day, which was connectivity. We are so much better when we are a tribe, when we're part of a group, and when we've got people supporting and protecting us and looking after us. And that's exactly what was happening last night. And the final thing he had going for him on that was he had a goal. that was the main goal, was getting those stars, taking the stars back to camp so they could all eat the next night. So he had a driven goal to aim for. And this is a little bit like when I've talked about having routines and structures. Have something in your day that you're aiming to get done, something you want to achieve. He had a big thing to achieve. That was his main focus. That's why he put himself through it. He could easily have said he didn't want to do it, but he had that goal. He had to go back and feed everybody. And it goes back a little bit to what I was talking about again last week, about being a tribe. We used to hunt and gather and support each other when we were tribes in cavemen times. And that is a little bit like what it is in I'm a Celeb, is they are working together as a team. They're going out and doing those trials. They're hunting and gathering to take food back to their tribe, to feed everyone, to keep everybody alive and well. So that big goal of getting the stars really pushed him through. So I want you to have a little think about those things from just something we watched on TV last night. And yes, it was hilarious, but he was really suffering. He was really, really suffering from that, and he pushed through. And another thing I just want to point out as well is people that go on to I'm a Celeb and do all of those trials, it's a bit like when I talk about what hypnosis is and the difference between hypnosis and hypnotherapy. They have gone on that show. They do know what they're undertaking. They do know what is going to happen. Just like someone who goes to a stage hypnosis show knows that they could be called onto that stage, and only people who really want to go on that stage and act like that will do it. So all of those celebs, I know I feel a little bit bad that we're sort of laughing at their expense, but they've gone on there knowing that these things will happen. They're willing to put themselves up for that. And someone like Jordan, who has a multitude of fears, phobias, really needs to come and see someone like me, actually. He's pushing himself. He's pushing himself to push through those fears, to push himself out of his comfort zone and overcome those fears and see how far he can push himself. So that's a lesson for us all, really. We can all go one step further than we think. We can all push ourselves out of that comfort zone a little bit more than we think we can when we have to. So let's think about those things for today then. So it was the breathing, it was thinking of the happy place, it was focusing on the task in hand, so big distractions. It was having constant reassurance from the people around him, knowing that he was supported. And also it was having a goal, having something to achieve. So a few tips there really, but my main one would be distraction. Distract yourself with doing something else. When you're thinking of something else, your mind can't dwell on your worry or what is your stress or your anxiety. So distraction is a massive thing to do. Find something else to do. Engross yourself in something that takes your mind off your worry. So that's my tip for today. Please share with people, and if you think this might benefit other people who are suffering through lockdown. And please tell me if you're watching, say hello, do a wave, and if you watch on catch up, just let me know so I can see who's been watching and who I'm talking to. That would be lovely. So I'll see you same time, same place tomorrow for my karma thought of the day for tomorrow. Take care until then. Bye bye.